Easy Tigers, I hope everyone's fine and dandy. Welcome back as always. This is the channel where we expose hidden history, and we are exclusive because we go out and we actually find stuff that's hidden and people don't really speak about. And what I'm trying to get my point across is that everything's buried. For some reason, there's been a group of people that have gone around this whole world and buried this secret level of antiquity, buildings, building services, all sorts of clues to this hidden history that I'm uncovering. This is buried. This is buried underneath concrete, for Christ's sake. Look at that. Look at that. You've got like 15 foot of concrete above, on top of a seabed. Unbelievable. But anyway, let's have a little look round here and go on the LiDAR. Don't worry, there's no cars on this one. But I need to let you know that people that are new to this channel, I have worked out a blueprint. After going around all these sites for the last few years and in Malta, I've noticed something strikingly similar. And that I put all these little characteristics into a little box, and it tells me exactly where to go and look for all this hidden history that I'm finding. So this is where I was just tapping, is exactly where we're going to be focusing on today. But if you can just see that this mound here is actually a structure, and you're probably not going to believe me, but I'm going to show you so much evidence. It is a megalithic structure, and what's happened is they've just slapped mud all over it and put trees all over it and just left it for who knows. But all I know is that wherever I go, it's a 100% success rate. I've not been let down so far with this blueprint. So that's why you need to subscribe to this channel, because like I said, no one's doing this. No one is doing this whatsoever. Even the big dogs in the game that are on BBC and all that, they ain't even working this stuff out. So let's go anyway. And this is just a clip to show you how much mud and earth is pushed up against these structures. So you're talking here, you're looking at about 40-50 foot. Now this is, that in the background is what we're going to go and examine. Completely hidden. And here she is. And that's a little door up there, and we're going to be going in there. But anyway, a load of earth or mud all up the side of these structures. And they've been smashed up and dismantled, and we're just going around picking up the crumbs. So here there is about 40 foot of earth pushed up against this structure. So I've had to climb an incline of about, I'm not joking, if I pan this round you might be able to see it, but about 60 degrees. But you can see all blockwork underneath all of this. And this must go down to the level where the River Severn is, about 40 foot. So in theory, if this is a structure, I'm halfway up it. And when I mean a structure, I don't mean like a house. I mean like some sort of like complex structure. Something you'd find in the Middle East, Turkey, Iran, Iraq, Libya, somewhere like that, somewhere ancient. Look at this. And this is all geopolymer as well, by the way, all of it. Red sandstone. It's actually called new red sandstone, but we'll go into that later on. I just want to show you here, I just want to focus here for the next couple of minutes on how much effort they've put into burying this stuff. Yeah, so let me just show you these images. So imagine burying these structures. Imagine burying these. Imagine burying it and this much downwards, and then adding earth or mud pushed up 30-40 foot of it. So you'd only see the tips of these structures exposed. And then people come along and say, oh, these are caves dug out. Do you get what I'm saying? Now, what strengthens what I'm saying is the fact that these structures are quite high up, and also there's earth pushed 20 to 40 foot up against them, and they're full of paths and dwellings and geopolymer signs. So what's being hidden, and why go to extreme lengths to hide this stuff in the United Kingdom of all places, eh? Look at the angle of this in the trees. So let's make a note of this. I always call them crumbs, but we're left the tips. So the tips poke out of the mud. And these are what we examine. These are what I know exactly where to look for. But look how high we are. I'm standing on the earth. Look at the angle of the earth. So where did all this mud come from to hide all this? It's crazy, isn't it? And another tactic they use is they knock down trees. So they'll pull a tree down that's about 70 foot and they'll just leave it with all the branches there and just let all the leaves accumulate around it. And it just builds up another obstacle. It's just full of obstacles basically. Look at the angle. Look at this. This has all been planted up against it so you can't go and dig into it and have a look. Very high. This is very, very high stuff. So if this was a building, it'd be like the equivalent of mud all the way up to the second floor. And you can just see here how high I am, because I'm just, look at that. It's just unbelievable. Like there's a real operation to cover all this up. Real operation. Like just walking along megalithic structures that no one's even speaking about. But don't worry, I've got all evidence. If you're sitting here doubting me, just hang on a minute. And what I want you to do is go and get some jock straps, because your socks are going to get knocked off. I'm telling you, the evidence I've collected is phenomenal. It backs up everything I've been saying. So, let's have a look. Again, you've got a wall poking out underneath all of this. You've got blocks scattered around everywhere. Look at it. And look at the size of these tree trunks just growing through the blocks. Like, it's all done tactically. So, like I said, they smash it up. And what's left over, they put earth and mud, and then plant loads of trees over it. And that's what I'm walking through now. Look at this, and look at this, look at this. And everywhere you see an entrance, bearing in mind, like I said, I'll be on the second floor now, that's how high we are. So when you see an entrance, there'll always be bush pushed up it. And then when you go and look inside, it's going to be blocked up, full of rubbish. I'll tell you another thing that I've come across, a lot of asbestos in these places. A lot of it. And that's when, obviously, being a plumber, I've had to be educated on asbestos, so I know not to go near that stuff. But, look at this. Look at this. This is block work. It's geopolymer block work at its finest. It's called new red sandstone. Rich in iron oxide, obviously, because it's red. But look at this. Oh, and another thing I've noticed, so these are joint marks, okay? And a striation mark is different to a joint mark. A striation mark is where they say the sedimentary rock has, marine biology has fallen at the bottom of a seabed and it's been compressed over millions of years. This is what you're looking at here. But one thing I've noticed after looking at these extensively is that as soon as you start going into the rock, protruding into the rock, you lose the striation marks. They go. So it's very peculiar. Very, very peculiar. So it's like that was the print of something that's holding in the geopolymer. But I'm only guessing, by the way. I'm no expert. I'm just going out finding it and giving you my opinion. But you can see that these are being cast directly on top of each other. And there's going to be one image I'm going to show you in a minute where you can almost see like where it's been cast and there's boards holding it in. It is phenomenal. It is phenomenal. And another thing is, I'm going to show you in a minute, I found render on these walls. Now we're told these are natural cliffs or hills or mountains or whatever you want to call them. Look at this. Look, you can see bald marks going across this, and you can even see where the geopolymer mix has gone over the edge of the bottom block. Look at this. And I'll stress, not one bit of marine biology whatsoever. Nothing. No shells, no stones, no nothing. Pure sandstone. This is pure red sandstone. So look, it's just folded over. Just looking at it like this shows you and tells you that the mix wasn't liquidy. It's not a wall, it's a sandstone ridge. Now, why is there render on these ridges? Why would you render a ridge or a cliff or a mountain? Why would you? You wouldn't. And again, another bit of render. This is down here. See, I've caught them out. I've caught them out. And I don't want to keep blowing my own trumpet, but this is why you need to subscribe here, because I don't even know what I'm going to come across. I just know that I'm exposing stuff. Now this here, another thing, blowing my own trumpet again. I'm building up a portfolio now, because where I've been out to so many sites and gained so much experience and documented it, I can now reference that with other stuff that I've got. So now I know that when I come across a little bush, like I just showed you in the last image, if you peel away that bush, it'll expose a geopolymer wall, just like this. Now, this is just a mini version of a massive sedimentary rock, but this is only 1 foot by 4 foot, so it's just a mini version. And again here you'll see these are like 1 foot blocks, and these are geopolymer, and like I said, as soon as you go into the block and protrude, the striations disappear. So that's telling me that these marks are just some sort of mark from where they've been inside a sack or a boarding or some sort of textile. But what do I know? What do I know? I'm guessing. So this is just my opinions after examining all these sites. But geologists, explain to me, why have you got miniature seabeds, one foot by half a foot blocks, and you've got striations going through all of these little miniature seabeds? They're not miniature seabeds, mate, they're blocks. They're geopolymer blocks in a mould or a textile. Look at it. Because like I said, I'll say it again, as soon as you start going into the rock, the striations disappear. So they are not sedimentary rock on top of each other after millions and millions of years. That's gone. See you later. Not interested in that no more. But explain it. You've got this rock here with the striations, and this one that's deteriorated a little bit, no striations. And another thing I've noticed, like I said, I'm building up a portfolio. So when I was in the Peak District, I noticed that the red sandstone in the Peak District was turning white. And I didn't even know, I found it out by mistake, because I picked up a white sandstone rock and I threw it. And when I threw it, it smashed open and it was all red inside, and I was like, wow. And it's the same here. So what is turning this red sandstone white? Or grey. I'm just calling it white. But what's turning it this colour? Is it age? Is it water? Is it chemicals in the rain? What is it? I honestly don't know what it is. Look. And another thing, all the leaves around here look like they had something wrong with them. Like there was a disease on all the bush. Look at the leaves. But look, red sandstone. Look, it's just, but it's like whitey grey, you know. So as time goes on, I'm learning techniques, and I know that they cast these little mini walls, and they're to separate. And I've showed you just recently that they do that, and obviously there must be some sort of forming or moulding for them to go in to get these striation marks. It's very strange stuff. Look, even here there's no striations. Now this is the stone I found in the Peak District. You can see that it's white on the outside and on the inside it's red. Now what would cause that to happen? I don't get it. Again, I'm just showing you how. Look how much earth is pushed up against this structure. Look at it. Again, this is like a 60-degree angle. As to turn it around, you'll see it. Look, boom, all of that. And look how high up I am. So I'm literally on about the second level now. Now, as you walk around this structure, you'll notice that there's parts of it that are still in good condition. Not the best, but they can't blow everything up and smash everything up. So you're left with bits like this, and it's just clearly block work. 100% block work. And I guess this is the stuff here that you render over it. So they've managed to take all the render off, but this is pre-render. Look at it. So I just want to take this opportunity to thank the Patreons. It's thanks to you guys. I keep saying this, but it is all down to you. If you guys didn't donate, I wouldn't have the funds to get to these places and explore them and give you my 2 pence. So it's teamwork. It's all teamwork. And if you want to join the gang, the links will be in the description. I'm most appreciative of every single one of you. One love, guys. Well done if you made it this far, and yeah, you're about to get your socks knocked right off, so hold tight, get the jock straps out, and let's crack on. So we are looking at the flower of life right now. In these pages, I hope to share with you the deep logic behind the flower of life and its associated forms. As its essence, the flower is simply a hexagonal array of interpolating circles. As we shall see, this relates to the core symmetrics of matter and the subatomic structures of space itself. This visual concept has been used by many cultures over the millennia, but increasingly not all of them. So far, it has only been found in Europe, Asia and North Africa. The oldest complete flowers yet discovered are in Egypt, but the official dating of the gold discs from Mycenae, Greece, which perfectly show the centre of the seed of life, is centuries earlier. And it says the oldest full flower of life is in Abydos in Egypt. Well, this is very interesting because what is this doing over here? What is this doing in the West Midlands, eh? Attached or imprinted or carved into this megalithic structure that's been hidden underneath all of this fauna and flora. I'm asking, I generally don't know, like, why? Now, I don't know what to say about the flower of life, but what makes me believe that it's something of importance and real, because just look what was carved into the rock next to it. And I mean, look how crappy and rubbish this is. Like, nothing's lining up. It's very, not even straight lines. It's really poor. Really, really poor markings, to be honest with you. Look at it. It's terrible. But it's meant to be some sort of geometric pattern. And it's meant to, obviously, like, so people think, oh, this, if they're basically saying if this is crap, then next to it's going to be crap. Look at it. Look how rubbish that is. You can even see this was done with some sort of angle grinder or something. But just skimming the surface, not putting a blade deep, just skimming the surface. But look, they even missed a line out there going down there. So I believe this has been just like the sculpture park in Portland. So they'll put a load of rubbish next to something that's really important. So in the sculpture park in Portland, there was loads. There was tons of sculptures, megalithic old world structures and bowls and all sorts of stuff. But they'd also set up a sculpture park in there just to throw you off. And that's what they've done here. Now let's have a look at the footage of this thing. Now what's very strange about it is you can only look at it front on. As soon as you turn to the side, you lose all the pattern. You'll see. And I will point out this is the most protruding rock coming out. So everything behind that has been damaged. So we don't know how big this went over it. But look at it. I mean, it's covered in algae. So you wouldn't even know that's the flower of life from the side angle. It's when you go face on you see it. But this seems to me like the only section left that's all right, because everything else around it is receding. So that means the face of it's has gone. And here's that little prop thing down here, just to throw you off the scent, because you're going to sit there and go, well, if this is fake, then this must be fake. But what is this doing here in one of the most ancient sites I've seen in England? Look at the size of it. Look how old and weathered it looks. Like, if this was done recently, then I don't know. I don't think this is recent. Definitely don't think this is recent whatsoever. I think that the scratch mark thing on the right hand side next to it is recent, but this, I think this is old world. Very old. And I think this is a massive clue. Look at that. Phenomenal stuff. Maybe that's just a crumb left over, because look how much has receded behind it, behind the face of the wall. Here. Like this, like, I wonder how far this continued, this pattern. Interesting stuff, isn't it? And it's covered in algae as well, so not that that means anything, but I'm just you let me know what you think. Like, I'm not telling you exactly what it is, I'm just giving you my opinions, okay? That's all it is. It's just my opinions here, because I don't know. I know just as much as you. All I know is that I've got an understanding because I've been there. But check this out. This is it on the left hand side, the flower of life, and on the right hand side it's all red sandstone, the geopolymer salt. So how comes one side's full of algae and the other side's not? When they're both covered above in grass and bush. So it seems like the right hand side has just been smashed up and whatever was there has been taken off. And it's just exposing pure red sandstone with no striation marks, because they're not striations, it's not a seabed. This is a geopolymer poured in sections into a sack or into some sort of form moulding. And that's what I'm exposing. And I've got a portfolio of extensive footage now. And the better the portfolio gets, the bigger it gets, the more dots I can connect. And I've got a picture in my brain of what England used to look like. And when I write this book, it's going to be a picture book, because I know it's easier to digest with pictures. So this picture book is going to show you what this England, United Kingdom used to look like. And I'm going to paint the best picture for you. I've collected all the evidence. I'm still collecting evidence. It's ongoing. It's ongoing. It's going to be going on for the rest of my life. Anyway, if I haven't knocked your socks off, let me knock them off now, because this Brucey bonus is going to be a snippet of the next video. So like I'm saying to you, these are structures. These are geopolymer structures, and they've been hidden. Just look at the size of the little white door when I pan down in a minute. But hang on a minute, let's just check the block work out where it's done in sections, you can see. And you can also see that the striation marks that are about a 60-degree angle here that don't make sense because it's not sedimentary, they disappear the further you go into the rock. Do you get me? Now look at this little white door down here. All the earth underneath that has been pushed up against it, so we're missing 2 levels underneath that. That door's 6 foot. And underneath that you have 18, 20 foot of earth pushed up against this structure. And my next video, that's going to be out in a couple of days, it's going to show you what's inside this. And yes, it is a complex. Yes, it is full of stuff inside. Loads of goodies, loads of golden nuggets. And yes, it does prove me right. So, like I said, this is just going to be a little tiny snippet of the next. So we're inside this structure. Let's have a look. Remember, this is not the full video. This is just a little Brucey bonus to get your juices going. Look at this. Unbelievable. Look, structures inside the structure. I knew I was right. I knew I was right. Eh? What are you saying, cousins? What are you saying? And by the way, didn't this feel like mortar underground here, by the way? You've got shafts, you've got ventilation, you've got geopolymer walls. Another thing I noticed was there was a bit of corrugated steel, and I also noticed that the ceiling in here had a corrugated forming. I'll show you. You've got to believe it. If you're watching this, you believe me, so yeah, you've got to believe it. But look up here, you can see like the corrugated imprint up here. So I wonder if they used corrugated like steel or something. Maybe this is older than... Maybe this is the oldest thing in the world. I don't know. But look at this. We are inside, mate. We are inside these dwellings. Hidden history at its finest. Geopolymer structures hidden underneath. Mass amounts of earth and trees being hidden. And another thing is you've got the whole... What, you know what strengthens the BS? Is geologists. But that's a whole new topic for another day. You go to university, and if you do not disagree, you will survive. The minute you poke your hand up and say you're not happy with this, you're out of the course, and only yes men survive university, and only yes men will pay the BS forward. So anyway, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment and share and all that jazz, because we are going places, really going places. And if you want to join the gang, links are in the description. One love, guys. Ta-da, ta-da.